My grandmother loves orchids. She has at least as many orchids as I have tropical fruit plants, which really says something. She even has a humidifier specifically for her orchids, and takes care of each of them to a really perfectionist degree. She also entrusted one of her best specimens, a giant blooming Cattleya, with these beautiful white and purple blooms, to me. What? So my grandmother gave me this orchid in spike with 3 beautiful buds getting ready to flower. I brought the orchid home, and with an incredible amount of luck, all 3 of the flower buds survived the 3-hour car ride home. By the way, I should add that this isn't my grandmother's only Cattleya orchid of this kind. Actually, many years back she had one plant, and through the years it grew and grew, and well, she has quite a lot of these Cattleyas now. And this is a really nice specimen. When I brought it home, I put it in a place that gets some sunlight but not too much to burn the leaves. And because the buds are quite heavy and need support, well, I supported the buds. Now I did something wrong, and I tied off the spike to the stick to support them a little too high, so that when they bloomed it was a little bit too crowded, and the support didn't allow the flowers to spread to be fully open and really nice at first. But then I changed my support while they were in bloom, and they spread and looked wonderful. Now the buds grew and grew, and you started to get a little peek of the vibrant purple lip coming out of the bud, and then the buds started to open, and out came these beautiful snow white petals, opening up to display that incredibly vibrant purple lip with a little bit of a yellow tint on the top. These flowers really are huge. I mean, I didn't measure them, so I don't know, but it's like maybe not the largest orchids, but they look huge. They really have this imposing presence. Of course, at first they were crowded because of my faulty supports, but then I changed the support and the flowers spread, and this is where we can really see how nice the orchid is. When it was in full bloom, I moved it to a bit of a shadier location, quite a bit more shady location, my piano room, so everyone could be able to see the orchid. Well, mainly so I would be able to see the orchid for many hours in a day. A few days after being in full bloom, this wonderful smell started coming out of the orchid. It's a regular floral sort of smell, but it really does smell nice. And the flowers lasted quite a long time. Now I should offer an explanation for why I call this Cattleya the Queen of Orchids. There are several reasons. First of all, it has these big, huge, as I said, imposing flowers. Second, this orchid is quite well known, and it's not really rare or anything. And how does that make it a Queen of Orchids? Really, because everyone knows it, because everyone knows what it is and can identify it immediately, and still they are shocked. Every time you see it, you're blown away. The colors of this orchid are simple, elegant, yet strikingly vibrant. And the blooms are not only imposing and big, but for some reason, and this is some reason I don't know, it steals the show. It doesn't matter what the other orchids are in the room, but everyone gravitates towards this for some reason. That unknown reason is what makes it the queen of orchids. This is a centerpiece orchid. This is the real showstopper orchid. It takes everything from your common moth orchid and really makes it bigger and better. And once upon a time, before everyone had moth orchids, everyone had Cattleyas. Overall, it's this real inexplicable quality of this orchid of stealing the show, even from your rare and unknown orchids. Maybe a person really well versed in orchids might see that, well, okay, this is a more common orchid, wow, that's a really rare orchid, but really, this still steals the show. It's really that thing that you put this in the center of a room. You might have the rarest orchid in the world, but you're gonna put this one in the center of the room. We end this part 1 of my special on the Queen of Orchids with my grandmother's Cattleya in full bloom, full glorious bloom. Next time we'll see what happens when the bloom dies and my attempt at transplanting it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. If you really like me for some unknown reason, consider supporting me on Patreon, where I release extended cuts of basically all the videos I put on YouTube, in addition to other special videos and updates and other rewards. Also, for now, that's the only place where I offer plants. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.